Hey guys, so I am back with a new video, and as you can see, this is going to be my workspace or drawing workstation tour. Right now I'm just going to apologize for the shakiness of this video, and some parts are going to be blurry, some parts are just terrible, but I'm actually using my phone to record this video since it's the best way. I can't exactly use my webcam, so again, I apologize for the quality of this video, but anyway, I hope you guys like this video, and let's get started. So this is an overview of my drawing workspace or drawing workstation, and it has actually grown so much. It basically occupies a quarter of my bedroom. So far, I'm really liking it. It works well with basically school, YouTube, blogging, and all that kind of stuff, and commissions as well. So I'm really happy with this arrangement. Starting with my desk, this is basically my brother's old one that got passed down to me. My chair is the same one from my previous workstation tour video. What I did differently is I just created that red cover to make it look a lot neater and to kind of suit my room. And then next to my desk is my school bag, which is just on the floor. On my desk, starting from the left corner right here, I have my YouTube diary, and then this one on top is my current sketchbook that I'm trying to fill in. Then I have my laptop right there, which I just actually got yesterday. I've been spending the whole day of yesterday to basically just reinstall all of my programs. So that's probably why this video is a bit late this week. Then in the corner over there, I just have that red placemat and a water bottle. Right there is my vanity, but I'm not going to show you that one. And right here is my lamp, which I've had ever since I was 13 years old. It's really old, it's like 5 years old, but it still works and I absolutely love it. So in this corner right here, I just have this plastic drawer unit, which I got from the dollar store. Basically, I just got 2 of these 3-set drawers, I guess, and I just taped them together so they look a lot taller. On top of that, I just kind of have a few things. So at the very back, I have my Stabilo colorful fineliners, and then I have this glass bottle with some crystal fillers, and I just created these tissue paper or crepe paper flowers just to kind of brighten up the room. Then we have this tin pencil holder, which I got from the thrift store, and it just contains a bunch of individual pencils that I got from Officeworks. And then this red kind of circle box, I don't really know what you would call this, but it just holds some pegs. On my first drawer, I think I have some USBs in here. Then here I have some small post-it notes, some memo sheets or memo pads, and then this one has some colorful biro in there. And then this one's kind of just like my allergy pills and junk, I suppose. Right here I have these 2 mason jars, which I got from Typo. They were basically part of a sample sale, so as you can probably tell, it's a bit damaged, but I bought them anyway because they were really cheap, and they're kind of just a cute way of decorating as well as for storage. Right now I don't really have anything to put in them, so they're just empty. Then I have this magazine holder, which I made out of pizza boxes and scrapbook paper, and it just holds a bunch of those plastic blank folders, and I just label the top so I know what's in them and stuff. Then I have 2 folders here which I use for school. Okay, so now we are moving on to my big desk right here, which I absolutely love. I got this one from Officeworks, I think on October last year, but I'm pretty sure that they still have this in stock, and I would totally recommend it, especially if you don't have the biggest space or the biggest room in the whole entire universe, because I surely don't. So I like to work vertically instead of horizontally. So as you can see, I have shelves and stuff right there. My desk is actually already fully decorated, but this area right here is kind of just blank, and I don't really know what to put in here. If you guys have any suggestions what I could do with this wall, it seems very plain and kind of boring in a sense. I really want to post artworks up there, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to start off with what is basically on the surface of my desk. So right here I have my Copic Shelf, which I just made myself out of foam core board and scrapbook paper. Basically I just cut some board and assembled a shelf-like structure and then covered that with scrapbook paper. It's really not that hard. I do like doing crafts, which is probably why I have a lot of DIYs in my room, and it's just a lot cheaper. Besides, I have a lot of materials anyway that I need to use. Anyway, I just have my Copic Ciao markers in here and some Touch Twin markers as well, which are really old, but they kind of work. They still have a bit of ink left in them, and I kind of feel bad throwing them out. At the bottom, I have some Copic refills. I really want to fill these 3 slots here with Copic refills, but at the moment I just kind of have this single slot here. Here I have my Cow pencil holder, which has pencil shavings, and then this one here is color swatches? Swatch paper, that's what it's called. And then here I have some tape. On top of my Copic shelf, I suppose, I have tissue paper because it's getting colder here in Australia, and cold. Yeah. And then I have some plastic. This one is the plastic container that my Copics came in, and I just kind of converted that into like a mail holder, so I have some mails in here and some receipts. Then at the back I have a memo pad and this photo of me and my friend that's kind of just there because I don't really know where else to put it. And right here I have a quote from Albert Einstein, which says, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." And I have some more quotes in here, which is totally Tumblr inspired, as you can already see. Right here I have my handmade calendar, and yeah. Okay, so next to my Copic shelf is basically my collection of black fineliners. I'm going to start off with the ones at the back. So right here I have some colorful fineliners. This is actually just a pencil right here. And then my Koh-i-Noor Rapid Sketch. Right here are some black permanent markers that I got from the dollar store. These ones are some Sharpies. And then here I have some technical pens that my dad gave me. Here are some microns and brown fineliners. And then these ones are my gel art lines here that I use for school. These ones right here are from Uni, like the brand Uni. These ones are kind of just random ones. This one is the Uni pin set, which ranges from 0.1 to 0.8, and these ones right here are the Copic multiliners, so I got them from 0.05, 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5, I think. Yeah, right there. And then these ones are, again, my gel, but just a different size of nib. And here are some Pilot G-Tech 0.3s, and these ones are the 0.4s. Right here I have my clock and this pencil holder, which is super old. I made it a long time ago, and I made it out of tissue paper rolls and scrapbook paper. Basically, I just have some lead refills in here, an eraser, and some sharpeners at the bottom. And here I have scissors, mechanical pencils, and wooden pencils that I use on a regular basis. And then I have some erasers in there in that little tub, which obviously says erasers. And on top, I have this pencil holder, which I made out of a Pringles container. Basically, I just chopped off a Pringles container and covered it with scrapbook paper to make it look more presentable. And it just contains my Faber-Castell 48 pack classic color pencils. And I have these kind of like feather, I don't know what these are. I made them. They're actually, they're a pen, so it looks like that. You can actually write with it, and I just kind of use it as a decoration. I made it a long time ago, and yeah, I just think it looks cool. I don't really use it, but it looks nice, I guess. Okay, so now moving on to the top shelf. Right here is basically just a schedule, or like a weekly schedule, and then here I have some notebooks. At the very end right here is my old YouTube diary. I have a Filofax and then these 2 notebooks which have something written on them, and everything else is just blank. And then I have this small glass jar which contains pencil leads in here, and on the very top is a Mockingjay pin that I made out of polymer clay because I totally love the Hunger Games. Right here is a tub of pencils, so I have wooden pencils in here. I also have some white chalks, as you can see, and then some charcoals at the very back, like right here, and it extends all the way to the back. On top, I have this mask, which I made for my Year 12 dress-up or mock-up day, and I absolutely like it. And it's kind of like a sentimental thing. I don't want to throw it away, so I placed it on my wall. And here are some novels or books that I really planned to read on the train to school, but that hasn't really worked out because what I do is I read my school stuff on the train instead of novels. That's how amazing my life is. I basically read school stuff on the way to school. Anyway, here are some boxes. So I have pencil cases in this box, and then I have some tapes on that one, and then this colorful thing is basically just a pad of paper, I suppose. This one, I absolutely love this one. My friend gave this to me when I visited the Philippines. So this was basically made in Samar, Visayas, if you know what I'm talking about. And it's just a native box, and she gave this to me for Christmas, and I thought the colors are amazing, and it totally suits my workspace. It just contains a bunch of canvas or stretched canvas, and yeah. Then here is like this book box that looks like a book, and it just holds a bunch of kind of sentimental junk in there. And then this is a clipboard, and this one right here is a case which I use for my iPad if ever I need to bring it to university. On the next shelf right here, I have some small sketchbooks. So these are around A5 in size, except for the ones here, I guess. They kind of range in size. But yeah, most of these are not used yet, except maybe for this one. This one has something in it, and this one is almost full. Yeah, and then these ones right here are some more pencil holders that I made, or pen holders that I made out of Pringles container and scrapbook paper. So these are Bic markets. It just holds Bic markets, and more Bic markets here at the back. Then here are some smaller art books that I have. So I have like this one of Paris, this one Fashion Design Course, a book of Monet's artworks, this book here which I got from a design convention, this one which is a book of Van Gogh's works, and this one which is some sketches and explanations of various artists' artworks, I suppose. And then I have my drawing tablet, which is the brand Median. I got this as a birthday present, I think when I turned 16 or 15, I'm not entirely sure. So it's super old, and I don't really recommend it. It's a dodgy drawing tablet, but I just keep it there in case I ever really need to use one. On this side of my drawing workspace is basically just a thin strip of wall. I have some goals in here and a quote, and then that's my university timetable, and on top of those I have my dream catcher, which has always been there ever since we moved to this house, and I've never moved it at all. Below that, I have some of my school folders and some books as well, my school pencil case, and then this holder right here, or I don't know what it's really called, a magazine holder, but it doesn't even hold magazines. I basically made this out of pizza boxes and, again, scrapbook paper. Right here I have my daily planner, and then this is my design journal, which is basically just a drawing book that I use for my design class. I do take a design class, but it's more focused on architecture rather than fashion design. Right here are some more art books. So this one I got from a design convention. This is a book of Albert Tucker's works, which my friend gave me. Modern art, drawing, and painting. And then these two right here I got from the thrift store. This one is figure poses for fashion illustrators and fashion illustration. And then this one is design yourself. And then I have some pencil cases in here, which I will show you. And then that over there is Derwent. I think it's 36 or 72 Studio. I'm not entirely sure, but I used that one for visual communication and design class last year in high school, and I didn't really like it. It was barely used, so now it's just chilling there. I don't really know what else to do with them. So these are the pencil cases. In this yellow one, I have more Pilot G-Tech pens. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Then I have some white opaque pens. Most of them are from Typo and they suck. I thought they would be great because they basically look like the Uni-ball that I used to use back then. But the one that I use now, which actually really works for me, is the Uni-ball Signo, which looks like that, and I really like that one. And then here are some gel pens, glitter pens in here. These ones are mechanical pencils, and then these ones are just plain black pens that I use for school. Now moving on to the bottom of my desk, I have this kind of built-in drawers and this kind of slot right here. I don't really know what it's called, but it basically just has my light box in there, which I made myself, and then at the very back I have some more cue cards, cue cards and some of those clips, and then a really long ruler. In here I have, basically this is kind of like my food stash, but at the moment I'm running really low. I also have some coffees in there, and then this one is my hard drive, and then I have my webcam in here. Yes, which is by Logitech, if you guys are wondering. I don't really recommend it. Then here I have some of my painting supplies. I don't really paint that much, but I used to paint a lot in high school because I had a studio arts class which basically focused on painting and drawing. So I have a Seural transfer paper, which I just got recently. Then this right here is actually a plastic paper plate, which I use as a palette. And then I have my acrylic paints in there, which I got from the dollar store because, as I said, I don't paint that much. So I don't buy the expensive paints. I kind of just buy the cheap ones and work with them. I'm not very confident in painting, so I don't really want to invest yet on expensive artist quality brands. Here I have some watercolors, and this box right here, which I just took out, is basically, it has gouache in it. The box was basically my friend's. She gave me something for my birthday and it came in that box. Anyway, then I have my brushes in here. I have some paint primers. I have a glue. I have some more paints in here at the very bottom. I have more paints. So I got like oil paints, gouache, acrylic, watercolor, and then these two right here, which are also, I think this is acrylic and I think this is watercolor, this blue one. And then I have some paper plates, more paper plates because I use those as a palette. And then I have some tapes in here and a water. Yeah. Next to that drawer, I have kind of like this box, which I covered in white paper just to make it look presentable. It was basically just a brown box. And I use it as like a shelving unit kind of thing. I don't really know. But I have my A4 drawing books in here and some folders with my artworks starting from 2010 all the way through to 2013. And I think this one is 2014, but it barely has anything inside it. Yeah, so I have a lot of A4 drawing books. Most of them are actually unused. On top of that, I have some, what are these, like padded envelopes, which my contest prizes are going to be shipped in. And then I have a Norton box because, as I said, I just bought a new laptop and that's actually the box. Like, this is the box for my new laptop. And obviously the Norton is an antivirus thing so that everything's all good, all good. And right here, some plugs, and then here, which is basically connected to my first desk, I have this paper tray right here, which I made out of, again, pizza boxes. Wow, we eat a lot of pizzas. And then scrapbook paper, which contains trash, like scrap paper. I don't really know. And then here, I have this folder, which contains plastic, what are those called? Plastic pockets. And then I have this folder, which contains just random various papers that don't really have a place anywhere. And then here I have some more papers, like this one especially has smaller papers that, as I said, don't really have a place anywhere. Then I have a cutting mat right there, and then this one's a color pad, watercolor pad I mean. And then I have some scrapbook paper in here, and I have some more papers at the back which you can't really see, but this one, again, made it out of pizza boxes and scrapbook paper. Okay, so now moving on to this thing right here, which I'm just gonna call a trolley. I don't really know what it's called, but basically on top I just have this native thing which I use as a magazine holder. On top of that I have my brother's old design journal because he also took the same design class for university as a breadth subject. Right here I have that bag which I made myself. It's kind of like a tote bag, and I drew all these skulls and flowers on it and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And then here I have some of my design supplies, I guess. I'm not really sure, but they're basically like what's required for my design class, and I need to bring those to university, I think, next week. So it's kind of just here at, like, for the moment. And then I have my headphones in here. On the first drawer, I have a bunch of random stuff, nothing too special. Here are some office and school supplies, so I have like glues, highlighters, post-it notes, rulers, all that kind of stuff. Right here is my Quill Multiboard. In here I have some just regular printer or bond paper. Right here I have some color pencil sets, so I got like the 12 color pencils, which I basically got from like school stationery packages, so I don't know. And then this one is a watercolor set, which my friend gave me. And then this one is watercolor pencils, which I got from the dollar store. This one my neighbor gave me when she found out that I liked to draw. It's by the brand Roymac. Never really heard of it, but I quite like it. And this one I got from the Philippines. On the next drawer, I have some pastels. So like oil pastels and soft pastels. These ones are soft pastels right here. This one I got from the Philippines. This one I got from the dollar store, which is water-soluble oil pastels, which I want to try. And this one's also from the dollar store. If you see this brand, Montmartre, I don't really know what to call it or how it's read or how it's pronounced, but those are basically from the dollar store. And then this one is my Faber-Castell Polychromos Pastels, which I haven't used yet because they just look so beautiful. Let me show you. That's what they look like. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't really know if I want to use it. I don't know. Anyway, right here are some soft pastels, and yeah. Now moving on to this next drawer, I just have some crayons in here. So I've got like Faber-Castell, Faber-Castell Crayola, and then the 64 set of Crayola crayons, which I had a really fun time using. I think it was like last year. And then this is, what do you call it? My folder for some A5 artworks. I don't have that much. And then I have my Quill A5 paper. Here are my contest prizes, and this arrived in the mail a few days ago. So this is the Copic set that you will be receiving if you win first place on my contest. Then here I just have like my current drawing book again, which is more dedicated to fashion illustration or fashion design. And then that's another drawing book, and then just some notebooks at the bottom. And then here, just a bunch of junk. I don't really know. That's a school planner. That's some folders in here, some A5 folders, and these Prisma flowers, which are really cool. And at the very bottom, I have like these containers which have polymer clay, because I used to do a lot of polymer clay, I think 2 years ago, I'm not entirely sure, and I've never really used them up, so they're kind of just there until I probably find another use for them again. Who really knows? Okay, so now we have this small desk and this small table, which is just next to my bed right there. I kind of use it as a bedside table, so I place my phone there, my iPad, and sometimes I put my sewing machine on there if I am sewing, but my sewing machine is outside at the moment because the whole family kind of uses it. But if you would believe it or not, this desk and this chair used to be the only thing that I used for drawing when I was 13 years old. So it was just that small desk and that small chair. And now it's basically evolved into this. So yeah, that's 5 years worth of saving up, buying lots and lots of art materials. I would have to admit that I do have quite a lot of stuff. And yeah, so that is my Workspace tour, my video. I don't really know. I'm kind of lost for words, but I'm just going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next one.